104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Houston, Texas. It's Thursday. It's March the 20th of 2025. It's 6:02 a.m. It's Friday Eve, and the gang is here. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
We got one more play out of Kevin, out of Phoenix's song, Kev.
Yeah, the rodeo
Rodeo.
song.
The rodeo song.
Only got a few days left.
Last weekend of the rodeo. It ends on Sunday. I always wonder what those vendors think, because I've been to the rodeo on the last day. Years ago when George Strait was like the special last day, but he wasn't really the last day.
It was just a concert, basically.
It was just the concert. There was no rodeo. This is before you knew, like, this is rookie Roula, not knowing any of the media badge rules. And I think it was a lesson for a lot of people. That rodeo show did not count if you had a media badge. It's because here on the whole show, the whole station will have media badges. You can walk onto the grounds with your badge. On that day, you could not.
Oh.
That day, the media badge was basically a picture of you around your neck.
Oh.
That's all it was. And so I couldn't get access to the stadium. It was like this whole thing. And so I ended up I was with my brother, and I said, okay, let's just go to the rodeo. I'm to like the carnival part. And it was just so interesting because I remember the guy I had gone up to for like some fried Oreos. I said, wow, so this is it. Like, tonight's the night. Like, you are done. He's like, yeah, and I'm ready for it. He was like, it's been good, but man, I'm ready to go. I mean,
But does he do the same
weeks.
job?
Yeah, they're
in
going to go to
city?
another
It's like-
town.
It's like the same job, just different
I don't know if that
location.
guy owned that trailer.
It's exhausting.
He was just the
Like
guy
Renaissance
serving me the
Festival.
Oreos.
It's
you know what I
like
mean?
that. It's like the Nutcracker Market. All these vendors, they travel from city to city, town to town.
Right, but
and
3 weeks
set
is a
up,
long time
tear
versus
down.
3 days or 4 days.
I think
or
it'd be
5.
better. I guess the part that sucks you right is you can't go home.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks. And that's great. They make tons of money. But like I said, I don't know if this guy owns the trailer. I don't know how that works with like the employees of the different places. But you're in the same place for 3 weeks. It's been all day, nonstop, whatever. And I'm like, well, that's...
Do they Airbnb it, or do they like
I had asked one of the guys one
the
year.
carnival guys? Do they
Maybe
have like
campers,
They
camp
do
out?
have campers. Doesn't the red lot always have like...
trailers.
Is it like where the Cowboys are? I don't know. Where's everybody sleeping? Like all of these contestants, when I was there for Post Malone, there was a contestant from Canada. There was one from Australia. There was one from Wyoming. Do they have sponsors where they're getting to the hotel for the night?
And they just drive right around.
That's actually a question we never asked. Maybe somebody right now listening is a sponsor or committee person. 37530. Where does everybody sleep?
There's a strategy in real estate called midterm rentals, which is 30-day stays, and that's what we were doing in Sharpstown. But they loved it so much they stayed for the year. But that's one thing. Like Airbnbs do that. You can just set it for a 30-day stay, and then these people just come in. They don't want to rent for a whole year. They have the opportunity to rent at these short, medium-term stays.
But
the
it's
Cowboys do it?
costing them money because the Cowboys are here to win money.
Are they here for the whole 27 or the whole?
That's
3
my
weeks?
question. Like the lady that I saw from Wyoming that was one of the barrel racers, has she been here the whole 3 weeks of the rodeo?
Or they just do, like,
or
so
was she
many
like the
days?
first night and she got like whatever the highest score is? Because the last rodeo is actually a double rodeo. I learned that the hard way too. The last day of the rodeo is a double rodeo because it is the finals of all of the people who have been in the rodeo for the 3 weeks. That's the finals there. And then they had the finals of it's the Nevada rodeo, the Reno rodeo, the rodeo, the Wyoming rodeo against the Houston rodeo.
I think they really
it's
do.
a double rodeo.
They have a lot of campers, a lot of trailers. They do this. The place where I would go skydiving, as I would get closer, there was just a row and row and row of all these
See 'em?
campers. Yeah, because they would be instructors at different flight schools or parachute skydiving
campers.
places around the state and the region. And they travel from place to place, just like vendors do.
I wonder if it bites the Cowboys' butts, like when people are talking about the rodeo, but they're talking about the artists performing. It's like, hey,
Instead of them.
the reason it's called the rodeo is because of us.
I know, but some
But
people
I'm like-
don't
I think
even
they just
go
wanna
in there
make
for
money.
that
But I'm
part.
like, also, the reason it's full is because of the artist.
Exactly.
Like, if it was just the rodeo
Oh,
where the
yeah.
people were doing, and the guys and girls were doing this stuff, that place would be what, half full?
Sam got
Not
really
even.
festive the other night with Post Malone and started throwing fists and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, we got to hear
so
about
wasn't
this.
you were here yesterday? No, and I know you texted us there was a fight where your section was.
Yeah.
Was it like major or was it
A build-up?
like
or
a melee or was it just two dudes? Everyone's just looking at them yell.
It was more of a build up, but everybody like it was so obnoxious because you start hearing like Post Malone was on Tuesday, right? That's the concert
Yep.
that I went to, and so everybody is just vibing, having a great time in our section. All of a sudden, it went quiet behind me, and then like the fight started breaking out of just people screaming. It was these two dudes screaming with a chick sitting in the middle of these two dudes. Screaming.
Oh, you think he
And then-
made a move on his girl?
No, I have no idea what it was. Like, normally I'm pretty invested in these kind of fights because I'm just nosy. But I was just like, I wanted to see Post Malone so bad. I was like, you guys are not ruining this for me. And if for some reason they would push somebody and they would fall on me while I'm pregnant, like I would stab someone. So
That's what they did.
I
Oh.
was
Have
like
your
getting,
knife.
yeah. I kept
they
it in
didn't
my
fall on
boot.
her.
I
You know
kept
they-
it in my boot. No,
You know
I'm saying
they fell on
if
her-
they
her?
did.
I thought he did at first. You said that.
No.
I'm
I
like, oh no.
said if they would have, but like all of a sudden you see these two like men like just bickering at each other, and everybody separates. Like you can you picture like a circle, legit a circle? People are putting out their flashlights to highlight them and start recording this, and there was
Stopping
nothing.
it.
Instead of helping or trying to de-escalate, diffuse the
Right.
situation,
They're
they just want to
literally-
get their next viral clip.
Yes, they're literally like one person
There is-
had their flashlight out, and the person beside them was like putting their phone like by the flashlight to get like a good angle.
But there
And I
is
was like, "You're all
sometimes it is
ridiculous."
good to do that though. Like if you're not
For
strong enough,
documentation.
if you're not going to be able to fight or stop.
It
At
was
least you
just-
could get these guys and girls.
Could you get a general
So they were
vibe?
just like bickering. I have no
About
idea.
what?
I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what.
So
it
Did you
was.
leave before the
They
fight
were
was
just-
over just to get out of there, or did it
No,
stop?
Mark just like kind of sheltered me to the side,
Yeah.
and then I was trying to ignore them, and then finally security came up. But it was just so annoying, and I was like embarrassed because I was sitting in like the KRBE section of how if you won tickets with us, like you sit in a certain
Right.
section, and so I ran into like a listener that won tickets with us, and she's like, "What the heck was that fight about?" I was like, "Girl, I have no idea." I was like, "It's embarrassing."
That's
like
a
these
shame.
grown
There's a new
people.
show on A&E. It's coming out this week. I saw a preview for it where they do security for NFL games.
Ooh, that's
So it's
cool.
all behind the scenes.
That used to be your
Wow.
wheelhouse, Mr.
Yeah,
Cubs
so I did
Security.
that for Wrigley Field. I did behind the scenes
Yeah,
and stuff. My job was to like watch like
for the
drunks.
fights to
Like
start.
I'd welcome the buses in because they'd come with big groups of people from all over like Illinois, like St. Louis games. The people from St. Louis would get up at like 6 a.m. and drive 4 hours drinking. And they
Oh,
get there
God.
around
Yeah,
11:30,
yeah.
and I have to go on the bus and say, "Welcome to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field." Shut up! Yeah, and then I look around. Yeah, I got
Welcome to
screwed.
the
I'm wearing
friendly
my Cub stuff. Like whatever, you blank. I'm like, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They're primed
super
by the
angry.
time
But
they get there.
I have to look at their tickets, and I have to tell my boss, "Hey, these guys are rowdy." Put a camera on them. This was '94,
Oh wow.
and we had cameras then.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
not
they
like they do
seemed
now,
fine
but-
before something happened, but then the one guy got up to leave, and the other guy kept antagonizing him, like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." Blah blah blah.
you walk away.
And then security
God.
came, and I was like, "This is so stupid."
I was like,
really
So
have-
stupid.
We have not grown
Trying
up.
to be here and
Ruin
watch
her,
my Post Malone,
Did
which
you get
was
home? What time did you get home? Because
amazing.
really didn't come till midnight.
No, like 11. I got home like 11.
Much earlier than I did, Roula.
Yeah, tell me.
Well, because you know how we got maybe some parking.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been beneficial for me to use that, so I had to ride the rail because of where my house is situated and
Yeah.
everything with traffic, and I had to wait for my babysitter to come. Shout out to Mackenzie, love you, thank you so much for watching Santi. She came a little bit later, so it like the timing of it, I had to be there for the grand entry. And Roula, like, thank God Roula is who Roula is. She is Oprah. She got us on that wagon. But I was like trying to figure out how to get in there. They told me to go the whole way up the ramp, so I went the whole way up the ramp, and they're like, "Oh no, sweetheart, you're gonna have to go the whole way back down and go through this exit and then wrap around." And I'm like, "You see how much weight I'm carrying right now?" Like I was like panting. I was like,
Have
"I'm
a little
trying to just get in the
compassion.
grand
Woman is so
entry."
pregnant.
But wait, did you stay till the very last song?
I
Post
stayed
Malone?
until the very
Okay.
last song.
So
It
then
took
did
us
you
over.
kill time like while everybody emptied, or did you empty with the
No,
crowd?
I emptied with the crowd.
Okay.
We like went herding through to go ride the metro, but we
Across
were in
the
section.
whole grounds.
Yeah, I went in. I was supposed to leave the east side of the exit.
And then let me
we
guess,
left.
you were on the other side.
Of course we were.
Of course you were.
Of course
that is the worst.
we were. So we had to like walk through the whole crowd of everybody leaving. It took
Opposite
2
direction.
trains. It took 2 trains before we were even allowed on it because
'Cause
it
it
was
was so
that
full. So
packed.
full.
Oh, jeez.
So I did not get home until 12, and then my brother-in-law ordered burger joint, which was amazing. So it was right there on our doorstep. But all I wanted was a milkshake.
It was melted.
They forgot it.
They forgot it.
Oh, no.
Get your money back?
He did, but I still
That doesn't
don't care.
help you.
I don't care. All I wanted was a milkshake.
But he cares. It's $4. That's $7.
I mean, but when you want it so bad, you're like,
That's
I don't
all
even care.
wanted. I was like, my feet were hurting. It was a long day.
So aren't
and
you
that's
glad
all
you
I
had the day
wanted.
off yesterday then?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how the hell you did it.
You just always have got to do the check. You have to check your food no
How do
matter
you
where.
check?
How do
They
I
bring it
check?
to the door.
I'm not
When
saying
they
you. I'm
Uber
just
it.
saying, like,
It's at the door
that's
already.
the world
Yeah, it's
that
a
we,
DoorDash.
whenever you get something. Oh, yeah, DoorDash forgot.
I was
That
so
sucks.
upset, though. That's all I wanted.
That sucks. So yesterday it wiped me out so much from
I don't know how you
from
did it.
being
I don't know
here.
how you did it.
And my friend, here's the other thing too. When your mom friend tells you, "Do you want to sneak off and do something by ourselves?" and blah blah blah, and I was like, "Yes." She wanted to go to the rodeo just to look at the shopping and just eat. And I said,
Hell no.
If you had told me this at 1:30, because she had a parking pass, I said, if it was 1:30 in the afternoon and you were coming to pick me up, I could rally and do this until like 5. But she was calling me at 3, and I go, I can't. I said, first, let me see who can get my kids. And then I call her back. I go, I can't do it. First, the kid thing, I can't get anybody to pick them up. B, I'm exhausted. Y'all, I got my kids from school at 4 o'clock, and I went home, and I laid down on my couch, and I fell asleep so hard.
I'm sure.
So hard. I woke up almost at 8:45 p.m. Like a rock. And then I got up, I showered, I put them to bed, and then I went back to bed, and I still didn't get
You didn't have any dinner?
on time.
You're still tired?
No,
You didn't have any dinner?
I didn't even care. I was so beat down. You would think I just came
That's
off
a
of
good
a
diet.
flight from overseas. I feel so
Hibernate.
jet
Yeah.
lagged.
Oh, there's
'cause you were-
cake.
You were walking the whole entire day.
12
before.
hours.
Yeah.
Some cake left over from your
Oh,
birthday.
is there a birthday cake?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
so
yeah.
nice. We'll have a
I didn't
birthday cake for
get home
breakfast.
until 12:20 last night
Why is that?
at the Tyler the Creator concert.
Oh, you ended
did
up going?
No, I just had to pick up my kid.
Oh, you didn't go. Oh, my God.
Worse, I didn't even get to see it.
more
Did he
about
talk
that.
about that during
I said to
Scoop?
drive
Yes, we
around
can.
like an idiot.
So Eric's at the Tyler Creator
Oh,
concert,
my
but
God,
he's just the
that's so
dad.
Yeah, the
This is
dork.
where your life is now. You're not the
Oh,
guy
my
in the
gosh.
place. You're just waiting for the kid to come out of
Yeah.
the place. All right, there's a lot to talk about, obviously, today. We've even got Katy Perry tickets. I'll explain about the Katy Perry tickets coming up next in Scoop. Here's your official weather for today. It's nice and chilly.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Sunshine, a high, really in the high 60s, like around 68 degrees. Right now, 51 degrees and 6:14 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the big screen to the big house.
Celebrity Scoop, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas today on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. We have got lots of little gifts for you guys. Katy Perry is coming back to Houston. She is opening her show here in Houston.
See,
Her tour is opening here.
When I was there at Toyota Center last night, I saw the sign and it said her opening act is Rebecca Black.
Oh,
It's
that's
Friday.
right. Friday. So those that don't know, years ago, was it 2004, 2006? Can't remember. But Rebecca Black was a high school girl whose parents spent money on real studio time and real production to let their daughter live out her pop star dream. She was not a pop star. She was just their kid. And just like you might throw a party for your kid with some like princess theme, or maybe have a horse and carriage show up because you want to flex some money there. They did that. That was unheard of back then. It's not like it is now. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody has cameras in a little closet that makes it look pro. No, none of that. That was totally new. Rebecca Black did a song called Friday about being Friday, and it was so terribly
That's catchy.
received. But Katy Perry put Rebecca Black in her TGIF video, and they kind of became friendly. It's kind of hilarious. And now she's opening for Katy Perry's
Doesn't
North
she
American
have,
tour.
I thought I heard Special K and Ahmad talking about it yesterday behind the scenes
Yeah, was
about how
that-
she's got like a very dancey kind of vibe now.
And maybe it was Irvin and
Was it
Amaya.
Irvin?
Or whatever.
Okay.
I heard someone talk about it too.
Yeah,
I'm
they're like, oh, yeah,
it's
she's
actually pretty good.
She's got like an EDM sound.
Well, now she's like an adult. She's not a 15-year-old anymore.
Yeah.
So Katy Perry's going to be here May 7th. We've got tickets coming up today, 7:40 for that tour. It'll be really nice. Also, real quick, in the opening break, we asked about the cowboys and cowgirls of the rodeo and where are they living these whole 3 weeks. And, of course, you texters know everything. There is an off-site lot near Reed Road. One of our police officer friends texted us about it, where they have trailers, and that is where contestants sleep and stay in campers. They've got generators. Most of the horse trailers have living quarters. Another person said they have like a barrel racer that this texter knows made it to the semifinals, but has been hitting other rodeos between her last Houston run, then back tonight for semifinals.
Oh, that's during the week, go to other places.
So she's going to other
Crazy.
rodeos.
Like that guy that came in the studio like in January.
bull rider?
I was wondering about
He made,
him.
what did he say? He made like 3 or 4 million?
I think almost $2 million.
Or $2
He's made
million?
almost $2 million bull riding.
Wow.
He's only like 25.
Holy heck.
Yeah. And the Buckle Bunnies, he stays away because he's
Yeah, he
married.
stayed.
He doesn't do that.
He can tell the Buckle
That was
Bunnies
the
are
interview
coming.
where Eric, you looked over him like, is that why you're missing your front tooth?
And I was like, God,
Because there's something I forget, but it wasn't missed. It was like in half because he chipped it, probably most
I'm
likely
sure.
from getting injured.
Getting booked.
I
Yeah.
would think.
So there's our answers. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you for that. Okay, now we've heard that Netflix has got crazy cash to dish out if you are the right kind of material they want to purchase. And then we hear stories of people who are celebrities who feel they should have been paid more by Netflix and they get mad they weren't offered as much money as like another comedian for a special, things like that. Well, The Tinder Swindler was an actual show on Netflix about this guy who duped all these women around the world for
was
their
good.
money. And now we have the Netflix swindler because Netflix themselves, as a streaming platform, got swindled by a Hollywood writer-director. He was arrested on Tuesday on charges that he swindled Netflix out of $11 million
Damn.
for a sci-fi show that never aired. Instead, he took the money and he put it in a cryptocurrency investment
Oh, God.
and a series of lavish purchases that included a fleet
yes.
of Rolls Royces and a Ferrari.
Oh, my God.
Not just one, a fleet.
Why do you need
of
a
Rolls
fleet?
Royces? His name is Carl Eric Rinch, and he is best known for directing the film 47 Ronin. Maybe the sci-fi guys in here have heard of that.
No, that's,
I do know that.
Is that the one with De Niro? Or
That's
No, you're
Ronin.
thinking of Ronin.
This is 47 Ronin. I don't know.
Oh.
He has been
47
charged.
running. 47th one.
Yeah.
He's
Is
been
this the one-
charged with wire fraud and money
Samurais?
laundering over what federal prosecutors allege was a scheme to defraud Netflix. Now, the prosecutors are saying Netflix initially paid about $44 million to purchase an unfinished show called White Horse from this director. And eventually they gave him another $11 million after he said he needed the additional cash to complete the show. Wow. But rather than using the money to wrap up production, he quietly transferred the money to a personal brokerage account where he made all those failed investments and lost about half of it in 2 months.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
wow.
So then he dumped the rest of the money into that cryptocurrency market, which proved to be profitable. But when he transferred the earning into a personal bank account, then it got real illegal. So anyway, he spent about $10 million on personal expenses and luxury items, like a spending spree, $1.8 million on credit card bills, $1 million on attorneys to sue Netflix for more money, $3.8 million on furniture and antiques, $2.4 million for the 5 Rolls Royces and the Ferrari, and $652,000 on watches and clothes.
He's not even being slightly cautious.
Nope. He was arrested in West Hollywood and has an initial court hearing next week. He's 47 years old. And,
Wow.
That means a master. 47 Ronin was a group of samurais
Was it?
in Japan, and basically their master was forced to commit suicide because he offended somebody. So they all planned revenge for a year to get back at these other people.
Someone said Keanu Reeves was in it.
Yep.
You see that?
This
Okay.
is 2013.
Oh,
This
wow.
came out.
It's been that long.
So 2013, this came out, and this guy's been
Swindling Netflix
Yeah.
ever since. So really, $44 million initially, and then he got another 11. So $55 million is what he got from Netflix, and did not produce.
They need
the
that
show.
money back. Did you see the
People
story?
get
There's
greedy.
no show that
Like
showed
that guy
up.
we had on a couple days ago. He went 20 years in prison for
34 cars getting stolen,
Oh,
but he
yeah.
made less than
he made
$200,000.
150,000, and but total the cars are worth 1.4 million.
Yeah.
Right.
So this guy should be in prison for like 80 years.
I don't think so. Look at the end of the story from Hollywood Reporter.
You probably won't do any time.
The attorney, when discussing the terms of this director's release, the allegations in this case are purely financial. Like, he didn't hurt anybody. Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Stealing.
That's a lot of money, and they're going to need that money. Did you see that Netflix announced that just for this year alone, they're spending $18 billion on original content?
because they've got it.
But think about how much they're making.
$18 billion.
For the world. Like WWE Wrestling's on there now. And they but when they put their show out there, the whole world sees it, not just America. You know, that's
However,
just
there are
like 4
different
million
shows.
people.
That's
Like
right, that's right.
They get like 70 million people on a night or a week watching.
But have you ever
content.
traveled overseas where sometimes you're watching a Netflix show here and you travel overseas and you can't watch it there
Yeah,
because
it's not available.
Yeah, it's not available for
And
different
actually, my
regions.
So that's-
in-laws.
Now they're doing live stuff, which will be.
My brother-in-law married a girl from Chile, and when we went to go visit them, they live in Greece. The Netflix account was the Chilean Netflix account. It was not a Greek Netflix account. It was not an American Netflix account. It was a Chilean Netflix account, and everything that was on there was Chilean programming. And I was like, oh, so if we log in with ours, can we do it? And he was like, I don't know why we can't get it. We can't get it. Like, we kept trying to log in with ours, and it wouldn't let us
I
log
don't know
in.
much about the Chilean people, like the miners and the fish. I'm trying to think what else I know. Sea bass or something, right?
The miners.
Chilean.
You remember the miners that were trapped in
Yeah.
that cave, and then one guy.
I thought you meant like
Yeah, the
underage
miners.
people.
His
The
wife was
miners.
waiting outside
Yeah.
the
Right.
cave, and then his mistress showed up outside the cave.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm not coming
Coal
out."
miners.
that was a big deal. They made a
Man, what
movie.
year was that? Is that 10 years ago already?
Oh, it's got to be at least.
It was a movie or real
No,
life?
no,
No,
real
it's
life.
real life.
So they were coal mining.
They made a movie
and there was a
about it, though.
collapse, and they couldn't get out. And it was like the miners watch. Like, are they going to be okay? Are they going to be alive?
Yeah.
Are they going to get out of there? And, all their loved ones show up to the site because everyone's like, oh, no, my loved ones are down there. And a woman and another woman showed up, and turns out they were there for the same guy. Oh. One was the wife, one was the mistress.
That was
So
15
they were
years
waiting
ago.
for him.
15?
Like, when
Yeah.
he comes out, we're going to beat his butt.
And I thought of like
33 men were trapped 700
crazy.
meters, 2,300 feet underground.
That's
Yeah, he was like, I'm going back down.
I'm staying down here. And one guy, I remember he was like on whatever talk show at the time. I don't know if Letterman was still on or what, because he would, to exercise and also keep from going crazy, he would run inside the mine. He'd go back and he like had a running routine, like a gymnastics routine and what's it called again? Aerobics? Anaerobic or whatever it is.
Anaerobic is like pushing.
Okay, whatever it was. He created like a fitness routine in that cave so that
Started
he
selling
could
it?
keep himself. And people were all talking
How'd
about
be a
15 years
caveman?
ago, it would have been viral.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Chilean cave.
I would think they wouldn't want a lot of movement if it's unstable and it collapsed.
Also, what about food?
I think there was
They
a
could
way to
bring
get
it
the
down
food
to 'em?
down
Yeah.
to them,
But
but
they
they couldn't
couldn't-
get them out.
Couldn't get them out.
Yeah,
like little.
they could get
Because
food and water
I would
down
not be
there.
working out if there was no access to food
And
or
did you see the other
water.
one today? That is it Antarctica or somewhere where these scientists or people they're in this area where they have to stay for 10 months. Nobody can get to them. They got an email saying, "Help us." The one person here is like losing it, attacking people. We're scared for ourselves.
Gosh.
They can't get to them because it takes 2 weeks just to. Even when you get there, it takes 2 weeks to get to this location.
They can't just take a
The sto-
helicopter or something?
No,
That's gonna be a movie.
and
If
they're
it's-
supposed
it
to
sounds
stay
like
there
a
another
movie.
10 months.
Oh,
So they're just supposed to be there for 20 months, and right now, 10 months in, they're like, "Help us! This man is trying to kill us."
Oh, my God.
Like,
That'd
this
be a
is
great premise for like a
Oh, yeah.
suspense
It's like
thriller.
The Shining in
But
the middle of Antarctica.
right. But unfortunately, it's really happening and playing out.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I guess we'll have to watch the news and see what happens there. Coming up next, we've watched your listener line calls come in consistently throughout the day. When you listen to us on podcast later in the day, or when you listen to our
Eric,
live
where
show.
have you been? Like somebody spotted you somewhere.
Well, everywhere. He's been everywhere. We were on
Yeah,
vacation.
but a place I wouldn't
Been on a
normally
cruise?
suspect.
He was at the Tyler the
Yeah.
Creator concert last night. Did y'all not know?
I was out there for 30 minutes waiting in the traffic,
He didn't go inside.
waiting for my daughter
He
and
just knows
my
what the
niece to
venue
come
was
out.
like.
Right.
I just watched
Kid.
people walk out. They all looked happy. Must have been a great show. My wife and I were like, "Oh, those kids are smiling. That kid's 8 years old. That kid looks like he had a good time at midnight."
If you've called the listener line at 713-278-VENT, then you could be the star of this next segment on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. It's time to check in with Listener Line.
You have 912 messages.
Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know-nothing. Really?
4.1 KRB.
Yay,
Yep,
the
713.
listener line.
278-VENT. That is the number.
So log it into your phone and contacts like 713-278-8368. And that way, anytime it's something moves you to contact us, and maybe you're listening to us on podcast later. We notice a lot of people listen in the afternoon, and a lot of calls will come in from that. Or you want to comment, maybe with a question, hey, y'all, we're talking about this, and you didn't have this answer, or hey, guess what happened to me, or hey, can you help me out? It's for everything.
I would say 50-50. I see calls in the afternoon, and then I see like after roses or like yesterday, there's a topic, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 you see like 4 or 5 calls right then at that last, that minute.
Yeah, but like you
7:40.
said, also, people consume the
In
podcast.
the afternoons, I see a lot more stuff. It's pretty cool how radio has changed and evolved.
Yeah, consume it at your own pace. It's
Yep.
just like a DVR, basically. So, you made their day. They thought, Eric, they thought they saw you. Now, is this the case?
They could have.
Hi, guys. My name is Heather. I live right over here on Westheimer and Hayes Road, West Chase. And I was at the gas station, and I could have sworn I saw Eric walking with two other guys, and I was screaming his name, but I guess he couldn't hear me, and I wasn't about to do anything crazy so I would get hit. But I was just kind of starstruck, and I really hope that was you and I'm not, like, tripping or anything, but I had to leave this listener line because I couldn't believe I saw you. I kind of felt starstruck. I wish I could have met you, and you could have met my son. I'm a single mom over here, so all right, I love you guys.
West Harmony near Hayes. I used to live over here.
Walking with two guys where? But she didn't say walking where.
In this
like
area,
on the sidewalk
walking,
or in the parking
Walking
lot?
on the street.
This area, I'm driving fast.
I'm just saying that if she saw you walking, I wish she had said, oh, you were in the parking lot going into a store of a strip center versus just walking, because 100% is not Eric walking if it's
Well,
a
did she
pedestrian.
say gas station, or am I dreaming that?
You said something. She was at a gas
Here,
station.
let me hear it again.
So that's probably.
Hi, guys. My name is Heather. I live right over here on Westheimer and Hayes Road, West Chase. And I was at the gas station, and
Okay.
I could have sworn I saw Eric.
What gas station? With that one?
West.
Where's
It's
No,
West
no,
Summer Hayes Road, past the
on the
Beltway.
other side of the
I know where
Beltway.
that gas station
Yeah.
is. You are not stopping at that gas station.
See, I told you. I would go fast and go, nope.
I know. I
And
mean,
with two people,
it is
was I
kind of
getting
close
mugged?
to KRBE,
Was I getting
but
robbed?
not that far.
Help!
I mean,
Is that
yeah.
Eric?
He had a gun to his back.
Help me! I hold my ATM card.
I just know that road because when I used to answer phones here, the night DJ had just moved to Houston for the job, and that's where his apartment was. So I got familiar with Hayes Road because remember he was like, "Where should I live around here?" Everybody who worked here in like the 2000s, if you were like a night jock or something, you just got an apartment somewhere around here because you want to be close to work.
I ran into a lady yesterday at Cafe Express, the one over at River Oaks area.
Okay.
I see a TJ Maxx over there. I always heard rumors that they have like really good stuff. Like,
Oh my God! Wait, what time were you there? The one on West Gray?
yeah.
What time
Oh,
were
yeah.
you there?
That's the best one to
12.
go to.
I always hear that's like where
Yeah, because they have the TJ Maxx and the
those
Marshalls.
rich people,
I went inside the Marshalls.
rich people want to go over there and stuff and get things.
Don't tell people.
Wait,
that.
that's not. You're thinking different. The rich people don't drop off their stuff at
No,
TJ
they
Maxx.
go there and shop.
Oh yes.
There's rich people
I
are
was
also
going to say
stingy.
Goodwill in River Oaks also has very nice things.
absolutely.
But they're
There's
dropping
Salvation
stuff
Army.
off. These people are buying stuff. But I
Yeah.
was there and the lady came in. She's like, Eric, took a photo. She now I got two. I'm like, who's the other one? Oh, Ryan. I bought some paintings from him at his when you were selling your paintings.
Oh, yeah, for
like
kids' meals.
I
Yeah.
just forgot her
Pokemon.
name.
You gotta collect all of the Real and Ride
So
show with
I
Eric.
give you your addresses.
Oh, thank you.
Like, yeah, you can find Sam here. Her baby's due then. She's probably going to be at this hospital.
Stop.
Why not? So,
Sounds safe.
Kevin, you're in the hot seat. This woman's not happy with you.
I know, and I am ready to defend myself.
Let's hear it.
Special K, I'm really disappointed in you. I was listening this morning, and I'm really disappointed in the grief that you're giving Ryan over the way he's handling Mango. You know, you're laughing and joking. Oh, Ryan, you're posting every day. Oh, this is Mango's last day. This is her last picture. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. If he's lucky, getting one more day with Mango is a blessing. But you're treating him really poorly right now when you should be supportive and compassionate. When your dog died, everybody was respectful to you. I'm just asking for the same. Mango got Ryan through some really hard times, and he's going to be absolutely devastated when Mango passes. We all are. I feel like Mango is our dog. We've known Mango since she was a puppy. So to see this and hear this, it's really upsetting, and I wish you would stop. Ryan, we love you. We love Mango. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I'm sending you hugs, and I just hope that this time with her is the most special time and that she passes peacefully with you around her. That's all we can hope for in this life. Kevin, do better.
I thought she was going to burn you with some at the end, like, Kevin, you suck.
Do better, Kevin.
Definitely.
Ryan is grieving, and I understand that. And
I want to say thank you to all the people that have.
Yes, and I understand this is a way of grieving, and I definitely understand that. And Ryan, I'm sorry if I brought you down about that. I was looking at it from a point where it seemed to me like all the pictures were just very sad. Like you were saying, oh, this is the last picture of her. This is the last time we're going to see her. But none of us actually know that, and it's very sad to read that and see you going through that. And if Mango could read, she'd, what? This is my last picture.
She's such a sweetheart.
Mango's like, you've been trying to kill me off for 3 years.
Yeah, I just felt like they were very sad posts, and you were putting her in the grave before she actually was there.
No, my God,
But
I've done everything humanly possible to make her quality of life good.
I understand you're grieving. That's your way
Some
of
people
grieving.
are saying, they're like, why are you letting her suffer? But I'm like, you're not.
She's not. I take her to the, all the time. They said she is not suffering at all. The second that I know she's in pain, then I'll stop that pain for her.
Well, this is the thing that I would have a hard time with because you have to come to work, and if you I mean, this is such a weird space to be in because you were saying last week, like we had spring break and you were going to spend the whole time just in case she unfortunately passed away. You were with her. So how do you handle like leaving? Like how does your ex-wife handle?
She's not left alone.
Not being with her because what if she passes both of y'all?
She's not left alone at all. So my daughter, she's working remotely from Houston right now. So Faith is
She's acting remotely.
No, she does voiceover and she does a lot of commercial work and stuff. That's how she pays the bill. She's in between productions right now.
That's awesome.
She is able to watch over her.
And
it is close to the end.
Your ex's boyfriend would,
Nathan,
be there, right? And then you go and take.
Yeah, it's awesome. But we have a network of people that love her, and she's really doing well right now. I mean, she can't really walk much anymore. But, we love that little girl, and she's given us so much love, and we're going to make sure she's surrounded by it for the rest of her time.
And I feel like this is the hardest thing because some people have said this on text, and it is a real question. It's not being snarky at all. When your fur baby is in that kind of position, at what point do you decide... Well, I mean, because our own colleague said she had one dog that passed away suddenly when they weren't with her and it broke them. And the other one, they controlled it by putting her to sleep with this organization, all these things. How do you decide that? Because if your dog is so minute by minute and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know, at any minute my dog might die. I hate to say that you're like, well, let me just make it happen. But at the same time, where is the right decision?
Like if you're going to go on vacation for 2 weeks and then you don't know how long and it's like they say.
Well, I wouldn't.
Like
I had planned on going somewhere for spring break, but I was like, hell no. I canceled my trip and I was just like, nope, I'm staying by her side. So.
Well, you grieve away, my friend.
Thank you. And I know, don't give Kevin too much grief. He was just clowning around. I didn't take it personal.
Just if you're going to do the photos, just put the dog in there at least. Not just the one with your
face down.
No, that is not true.
It's black and white.
It's true. We make you take it down. It's true.
H-Town on the Roula and Ryan show with Eric.
Got the liver spot.
4.1 KRBE.
Hey, there's something really cool happening right now. For most high school seniors, prom is a rite of passage, but for more than 7,200 homeless students in HISD, prom is really out of reach for a lot of kids. So unlike their peers, they aren't really thinking about renting a tux or buying new shoes or taking their date to the fancy restaurant. Instead, they're worrying about, hey, where am I going to sleep at night or how am I going to find my next meal? So there's a fantastic program going on right now, and it's This Woman's Work, Mocha Man Style, and Wanda Adams and Harris County Justice of Peace are hosting a prom dress and suit drive. So this is going to help these kids get the clothes they need so they can attend prom.
That's
so this
cool.
drive is going to be on Saturday, March 29th, and it's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's at the GITE, G-I-T-E Gallery, and that's at 2024 Alabama Street. So if you have perhaps a suit or any kind of clothing or something that you could donate, you're really going to help these kids. I mean, prom is such a fantastic memory.
And it's expensive.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. So you could really do something fantastic. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's GITE Gallery, and that's at 2024 Alabama Street this Saturday from 11 to 4. So do something great. That's what's going down at H-Town.
All right, coming up next, it's Thursday, which means roses are about to be dished out. It is where you have questions in your relationship, and then we offer roses while you listen in to see, are they going to you or someone else? We'll get to that next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.